My child, do not think yourself too wise, for the wise man knows how much he does not know, but the fool believes he possesses the keys to the treasury of all knowledge. The wise man sees an endless horizon before him, and marvels at how much remains unseen. The fool stands upon a small hill and imagines he has surveyed the whole earth. Therefore guard your heart against pride, for pride is the enemy of understanding. For many seek wisdom, but few seek truth. Many desire to be correct, few desire to be corrected. Yet only one of these paths leads to understanding. The fool believes his opinions are truth itself. His understanding becomes his law. His assumptions become his doctrines. His conclusions become immovable mountains in his own sight. He spreads falsehood while believing himself a defender of truth. He mistakes the strength of his conviction for evidence. Because he is certain he cannot be wrong, he never learns. Because he never learns, he remains a prisoner of his own ignorance. The arrogant man rarely discovers truth, for he has already convinced himself that he possesses it. Therefore he goes about speaking confidently of things he does not understand. And because he loves certainty more than wisdom, he remains trapped within his own understanding. The wise often do not argue with such a man, not because they cannot answer him, but because wisdom discerns the condition of the heart. For there are those seeking truth, and there are those seeking reassurance. The first may be taught, the second can only be offended. A man who desires truth welcomes correction. A man who worships his own opinions treats correction as an attack. Therefore many wise men remain silent before fools. Indeed, many expose their own foolishness without assistance. They condemn in others what they excuse within themselves. They accuse while committing the same offense. They point out splinters while carrying logs upon their own shoulders. Yet they do not perceive the contradiction. For pride blinds a man not only to truth, but also to himself. And in this age, self-deception has become easier than ever before. For in this age, evidence may be gathered for nearly every delusion. A man may surround himself with voices that agree with him. He may collect arguments that reinforce his assumptions. He may build entire towers of understanding upon foundations of sand. And because others applaud him, he imagines himself secure. Yet applause does not make a thing true, nor does repetition transform error into wisdom. Only the humble of heart are prepared to receive truth. Only the man who admits that he may be mistaken can truly learn. Only the one willing to surrender his conclusions may receive greater understanding. For God cannot fill hands that refuse to open. Nor can he teach a man who has already decided he knows everything. Therefore lay your understanding before the Lord. Hold your conclusions loosely. Allow your assumptions to be examined. For a single revelation from God may overturn a lifetime of human reasoning. And this is not a cause for fear, but for rejoicing. For every falsehood removed makes room for greater truth. Remember this: pride is a blockade to wisdom. For many are absolutely certain while being absolutely wrong. Therefore guard your heart against intellectual pride. For only the humble possess eyes capable of seeing beyond themselves. The man who desires to be right more than he desires truth shall remain right in his own mind, even while living a lie. His pride becomes a prison whose walls he mistakes for a palace. His certainty becomes a chain he mistakes for freedom. Therefore do not marvel when you see delusion spread among the nations. Consider the days in which you live. Was it not foretold that many would be given over to deception? Look around and see how readily men embrace falsehood. Each clings tightly to his idols. Some worship wealth, some worship pleasure, some worship power, some worship knowledge itself, and many have become so enamored with their own understanding that they no longer seek the one who gave understanding to mankind. They behold creation and ignore its creator. They study the works of God while denying the existence of God. They boast, saying, "We have no need of him." Yet every breath they draw bears witness against their pride. Wisdom has never been found in the rejection of its source. Do not be like the men of this world. Do not lean upon the wisdom of the age. Neither place absolute confidence in your own interpretations. For even among those who read the same words, many arrive at different conclusions. Many know the letter while missing the heart. Many memorize truth while failing to live it. Therefore, seek first the Lord your God. Lay your understanding at the foot of his throne. Ask him to reveal what is true and to expose what is false. For wisdom is not merely knowing what is written. Wisdom is seeing through the eyes of the author. Many have allowed their interpretations to define love, yet the Lord calls his children to understand all things through love. For truth without love becomes cruelty, and knowledge without humility becomes pride. But wisdom born of God is full of both truth and love. Therefore seek wisdom that comes from above. For God is not revealed through pride, but through humility. Not through self-exaltation, but through surrender. Not through certainty in oneself, but through trust in him. Therefore remain teachable all your days, for the wise man shall possess an understanding that surpasses the institutions of this world, because it does not originate from this world. And the one who humbles himself before God shall see what pride can never perceive.